Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Brad, aka Wixie White, and welcome to Buried, an interactive story that will change based on the choices you make. I think that was a pretty smooth transition. The story is broken into 5 chapters. Play straight through or at your own pace. There's no waiting and no pauses. Enjoy and choose wisely. Begin. I open my eyes and the first thing I want to do is scream. I'm flat on my back and everything seems to hurt. The trees overhead look familiar. It's clear night sky, almost beautiful. Except for the fact that this means I've been out cold for at least 6 hours. But there's something wrong. I don't remember what, but something happened and my head, my god, my head hurts and a ringing in my ears. Was there an accident? An explosion, I think? I remember Dennis screaming, but after that, I can't remember. As I sit up, I notice that my hard hat has been thrown off. I look around the area, but it's not here. It feels strange to go anywhere without my hard hat. But I've got to find the other members of the crew. They could be in danger. Okay, so we have 2 options. Search for a hard hat, or forget the hat, search for crew. Right, so do we search for a hard hat or forget the hat and search for the crew? I think search for the hard hat, just because if the crew, we might get hit. I get up on a shaky legs and look around for a moment. A few nearby trees look to have been splintered and broken at the base recently. They certainly weren't like this earlier. Searching for the hard hat feels normal. It makes me feel like maybe there isn't something wrong here. I see it behind a fallen log and about 10 feet away from me. How it was thrown so far is beyond me. Driven by nothing more than habit, I walk over to pick it up and place it on my head. Next, I walk over to the centre of the logging site and don't like what I see. Continue. Ooh. Well, yeah, I don't know that either. The logging site looks like a bomb was detonated right in the centre. I don't know where to start. The one load we had managed to stack on the truck for the day is overturned. The trailer bent and the logs hanging off the back. Where the hell is everyone? My head is killing me and that ringing in my ears. I can't hear anything. Not birds, not my footsteps, nothing. It makes me wonder if I hit my head out hard after my hard hat flew off. I run through a quick mental checklist to make sure my brain is still working. My name is Roger Hastings. I'm 41 years old and the year is 2017. I own a small logging company and we've been logging in a strip of Kentucky woodland for almost a month now. Okay, so my brain works. That's a relief. But it also makes me feel fearful because something is certainly not right here. I look around the logging site, my mind trying to figure out what this has happened. Just about every piece of equipment has been overturned or tilted. Look at the debris. There are bits of debris everywhere. There are fragments of the 5-gallon bucket I keep our work rags in, a loose saw chain and an overturned gas canister. Had there been an explosion, all of the fuel on the site would have started a fire, but there's no charring, no burning, nothing. I walked through the area where Dennis had been working. From the looks of it, he'd been moving slowly. He'd only taken down 4 trees today. His metal lunchbox is open and indicated that he had been taking an early break. But he's not here. No one is. Where the hell is everyone? I could try to make a call on my cell phone, but its battery is already running low. Not that it matters, the reception is crap out here. So, we could risk running our battery down now and not getting through to anyone, or run it out later. Run it out later. Yell out. Hey guys, where is everyone? Tony, Dennis, Frank, Joe? But their names fall flat among the wreckage. I get nothing back other than scaring a few birds overhead. Might as well start walking and try to find some answers. The highway is almost a mile back through the woods, down the gravel road we used to reach the site. Maybe the crew ran that way for help, but why would they have left me? Were they scared? Out of sorts? Maybe I can catch up to them. But with my truck turned over on its side, it looks like I'll be walking. My god, I can't remember what I was doing before waking up on my back. Wait, what's that underneath the bulldozer? Oh my god, it's a leg. It has to be either Tony or Dennis. The dozer looks unstable, like it might roll some more. Might not be safe to get close, but at the same time, I can't just leave them there. Oh, we gotta look. We gotta look. Hey, oh yo, are you okay? Are you alive? Holding onto my hat, I skip over the wrecked equipment and stray logs to get closer. I can see a bit more of the leg. The jeans are soaked in blood. I recognise the work boots. It's clearly Tony. His leg is bent at an impossible angle, nearly crushed flat. The closer I get, the more apparent it becomes that Tony didn't survive. No, I think it's a bit harsh, but I think we got to leave the body. Just because if we take it, it could roll the bulldozer over, so leave the body. There's nothing I can do from now. I start to back away slowly. I'm in shock. I stumble back, suddenly tripping over one of the stray logs. My head collides with one of the logs as I bite the ground, but my hard hat does its job. Thank God I decided to look for it earlier. Yeah! But what's more startling is realising that Tony is dead. Looking at him, I feel something rising up in my throat, and I don't know if it's a scream or vomit, but I have to push it away. If I lose my cool right now, there are too many questions that will go unanswered. Shit, I can't believe this. Tony, he had 2 boys. He coached his oldest son's baseball team. He was the hardest worker I had and was one of the most honest and reliable men I knew. This isn't right. I can't stay here. I have to find Dennis, Frank and Joe. I have to find out what happened here. Continue. Okay, logs. As I walk through the stacks of logs from the last week or so, everything feels frozen. This is high-pitched sound in my ears. It's terrible. It keeps happening every 3 seconds and sounds like it's coming from far away. I can't help but wonder if it's my ears or if it's something else. The silence out here is creepy and there's a smell, like the atmosphere after a bad summer storm. I might as well admit it, I'm a little scared. Everyone is missing and it's dead quiet out here. There doesn't even seem to be a breeze to rustle the leaves and branches. My right knee hurts like hell. My head was hurting so bad before that I never even noticed the pain in my knee. I must have hurt it during the what? Accident? Or wait, is that Dennis? I see him sitting on the ground, motionless, about 30 feet away. Yell out, just in case it isn't Dennis. Dennis, I yell. Dennis, can you hear me? Dennis lets out a shout, like someone waking from a nightmare. He then looks back at me from the ground. Yeah, Roger, I hear you. He hollers back as I head over to him. Dennis is built like a wrestler and has the tough personality to match, but in this moment he looks disorientated and even a little anxious. Though I'm glad to see him, the fear of his usually confident face and alarming. What the hell happened? What's going on? He asks. I don't know. I was like almost my first answer. Missing Dennis says. Where do you think they went? I'm not sure, I say. But it has me pretty freaked out. Something's not right here. Still sitting on the ground, he looks around the woods, as if he is just now understanding the severity of the situation. The equipment was overturned. The dozers too, I say, shifting my hard hat and wiping my forehead. You okay? I ask him. Yeah, just shaking up. Me too. This might be the most intimate conversation Dennis and I have ever had. While he and I have always been on good terms, we've never been particularly close. I've always respected him though. Sure, he comes to work a few times looking like he'd been in a bar fight the night before, but I've always seen him do an enthusiastic impression of a dinosaur as he played with Tony's kids while they waited for their dad to finish up on his shift. It's then that it hits me. Dennis and Tony were good friends. I'm not sure if I want to rattle him with the news of Tony's death right now, not before he knows what's going on, but he has a right to know. See, it seems like I'm just going left, but these all seem to be the sort of answers that I'd do. Like, you got to tell him. You can't not tell him that his best mate's dead. I'm going to tell him. You were upfront with Dennis about Tony. Dennis' eyes fixate on me and startled. He was crushed underneath the dozer, I say. Dennis pauses for a moment like he's trying to understand what I said. His eyes narrow and his bottom lip quivers. Shit, he says, and I can tell that he is fighting back tears. He and Tony had been tight, almost like brothers. Hey, he adds quickly as if trying to escape the reality of Tony's death. Did you see that light? No, I say. What did you see? I don't even know, Roger, he says. It was like the flare of white light. It came right up out of the ground like an explosion. So there was an explosion, I say. Maybe if it was some equipment or... This was no equipment, Dennis interrupts. Agitated, this huge ball of light came right out of the damn ground. Where did it go? That's more important, I think. It just shot up into the sky until it was out of sight. When? I'm not sure, he answers, but I had finished about 10 trees for the day and was about to top one. That's when it happened. You were almost done with 10 trees, I ask. Yeah, he says, looking at the ground. You know, I wouldn't want to take the lunch break until I was done. And that's when the light blew up. Why? You don't believe me? I believe you. I believe him. I believe him. I believe him. You believe Dennis's story. He saw what he saw. I think to myself, he has no reason to lie about it. My God, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, he says. But if I'm being honest, it scared me pretty bad. And if it's all the same to you, I'd like to get the hell out of here. We both stand and start heading towards the road. It isn't until we start moving that I see Dennis is wounded. His right side is coated in blood, the red seeping through his blue work shirt. There are splatters on it, and here and there, but also a very large red splotch that makes me worry. How'd you get that injury? Yeah, I'm not sure. Dennis replies. I must have gotten thrown or something, somehow from that light. It's then that I notice that the strange ringing noise is still filling the air. Hey, I say, stopping. Do you hear that high-pitched ringing noise every once in a while? Dennis looks scared when I asked him that question, and he just nods. I thought it was just me, he says. He looks out of sorts and uncertain. I've never seen him like this before. It's obvious that he's looking for some reassurance. Even though I'm his boss, there's something very unnerving about this. It's freaking me out. Yeah. I'm sure I sound scared, but I don't really care. I look at Dennis and see that my confusion and fear have seeped into him. And it's that disappointment in his expression as well. I think so. It's as if he expects me to be stronger, to assure him that we were fine and nothing out of the ordinary has happened. We both start moving forward and don't say another word. Did you try to call Frank? Dennis asks. I know he had a cell on him today. Not yet. Luckily I still have some battery left. I pull out my cell and call Frank. Happy I didn't make that call to Dennis earlier. Yeah! It rings but he doesn't pick up. But then I hear his phone go off behind the stack of logs. Dennis and I give each other a look. As the phone goes to voicemail, I hang up and we walk behind the logs to find Frank's phone on the floor. Ground, abandoned. We look around for Frank but find nothing. Not a single trace. It's then that I notice something really odd. A 10-foot wide hole in the ground, right near where the phone was. But there's no stray piles of removed dirt or rocks. It's clean, smoothly dug, cutting into the earth, wide but only a few feet deep. It looks unnatural, like the ground was just deleted. Minecraft. No shovels or diggers used. Dennis walks over to it. This looks like the same kind of hole where I saw the light come from, the ground. He muses to himself? Never heard that before. I say nothing, my mind is spinning, but I don't know what to think. We need to get out of here, Dennis mutters. At that moment, the ringing carries through the forest again, sending a shiver down my spine. Dennis is right. There's something strange going on here, and we might not be safe here. But that ringing sound could be a clue to where the rest of the crew went. Right, I'm going to end this video here. So, thank you so much for it. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you, my friends, in the next video.